Bonjour. Bonjour, mon ami, Jeff.
Bonjour, mon ami Amelie.
Yeah, very good. We're in Tahiti, and we are using a lot of French here, so you never realize how many words you know until you get here and you have to use it. So.
And you get stuck a little bit. Yeah, we got chastised last night for not losing La Douche before we got in the pool, but we figured that one out pretty quick.
That's the same word in German, so.
Okay, all right, very good.
But anyway, we got here a couple days ago, and we're still adjusting to the time. We're waking up way too early and taking naps, so we're going to get in slowly, I think. but that's the advantage of being here for a long time.
Exactly, and also adjusting to the heat. Not so much the heat, but the humidity. The temperature is in the 80s, and so is the humidity.
Oh, I'd say. So we got off we walked off the plane, and we're hit with an immediate wall of heat. And of course, you know, I bundle up for a plane. I always have long sleeves and a couple layers because I'm always cold. Holy cow, I couldn't get that sweatshirt off fast enough.
I know. I'm glad I planned for a short sleeve shirt under my long sleeve sweater. We were able to adjust pretty quickly. But the neat thing was, as we came off the plane, there was a group of women singing in Polynesian songs for us as we worked our way to the passport control and customs line.
Which is very bureaucratic and long.
Yes.
Yes. But
definitely on island time. We're
Absolutely.
not trying to rush people through.
Oh, true. Then we went over and rented our car successfully. We got a tiny little Renault. Peugeot. It's a Peugeot.
Yes.
It does have 4 seats. It's pretty comfortable. All our baggage fit inside. So.
Well, we had to put the rear seats down. Let's put it that way. So it was basically a 2-seater plus our luggage.
Yes. So then we made our way successfully to our VRBO with a couple turns around, and but we made it in, figured it out, and it's a cute little place. It does have 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. We tried to get somebody to come with us, so shame on all of you that didn't come, because you would have loved it. Only the bedrooms are air conditioned.
Yes.
But thankfully for that, or we would not be sleeping at all. So we have all the windows open, and right now we're on the deck, and we're overlooking the water, as you can see. And behind us there is Mohorea. That's another island that we'll be
visiting
soon.
Yes.
So, but we have a small little room in the middle that has a kitchen and a living room.
Dinette island.
And the TV speaks French. So, but I figured out how to turn some of the things onto English sometimes, but no subtitles in English. So, you know, I'm so used to them. I can't live without them. So it's getting a little frustrating. So the first thing we did, I found one lone Hinanu beer. And why don't you get up and get a beer, Boris?
Doesn't have a label on it.
Yes,
the can does.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
the
can
beer.
does. Yeah.
So there was one lone Hinanu beer, and that's the national beer of Tahiti, and it's pretty darn good, especially when you're dying of thirst and hot and exhausted. I drank that one beer that was in there. Jeff knew better than to get into my way because my nerves were a little raw. So here it is, Hinanu beer, and it's pretty good. I like it.
Yep.
And we had just a can. We bought cans because they were a little cheaper, less pollution, I suppose, more easily recycled.
So there was another local beer called Hoa, and I tried 2 of those. I don't know if this will show up properly, but and there's our Hinano down in the bottom. The one here on the left was IPA. It wasn't overly hopped. It was very crisp and refreshing, and a lot of fun.
Those are beautiful labels.
Yes, they are.
So the next morning we did get up bright and early. I was up at 2:37, which was 7:37 for my body, but we didn't go to the grocery store until about 8 o'clock. and we filled up a cart with what we thought we would need for the day, with a couple bottles of wine and some snacks and some things for dinner, potentially. On our way there, we learned something that Tahiti and New Jersey have in common, though we haven't gotten gas yet, so there might be more than one thing. But
right.
I don't think so. I didn't see any attendants at the gas stations we zipped by.
So on the main highway, there are no U-turns and
no left turns.
No left turns, period. Yes. So you have to go on the flyaway roundabout and do a little cloverleaf maneuver, or go around a roundabout to get back on the interstate going the other way. That's more common on the secondary roads, I think, in New Jersey, and really their highway is not much more than a glorified secondary road with a top speed limit of an amazing 90 kilometers an hour, or 56 miles per hour is the highest speed.
So we found a Carrefour, which was a lovely store, very large. The groceries that we picked out were $150, so yes. Pretty expensive to live here in the islands. I think it's worth it. Yeah. After going there, then we went and found my dive shop for my diving the next day. And we found a tiki hut there where we had a nice beer. Yes. I tried the Hinanu Amber. I didn't care for it, but Jeff did.
It wasn't bad. Yeah.
Too much for me.
It's kind of a strong ale. Mm-hmm. The tiki hut was La Casa Bianca, the White House.
Yep, exactly.
Yes, and we learned a new word in French. So Amy was doing plongée instead of diving. Plongée, yes.
That means dive, I guess, or scuba.
Diving, yeah.
Probably dive, yeah.
Snorkeling was the same word in both languages.
Exactly.
Yep.
We have a lovely pool here, so after dinner we went and checked out our beautiful infinity pool. It was lovely. We had to douche first, so our French friends told us to make sure that we took our showers before we got on.
Yes.
Then the next day, we got up somewhat early. We were already well awake, but I had to be at the dive shop at 10 o'clock, and I got there, and I was with two other divers and the guide, and I was the only one that didn't speak French, so that was fun for everybody, I'm sure.
It's hard to talk underwater anyway.
It didn't matter once we were underwater. It was a wonderful dive. I took Garrido with me. He enjoyed it very much as well. I took lots of pictures. I saw lots of great fish. I didn't see any on that one. The next one I did. Okay. But my camera died.
Yep. Got water in it and tried to revive it. I put it in desiccant and all kinds of things. But no pictures to show you of the dive.
Maybe I can show some pictures of some of the fish I saw by looking up images on the internet. So I saw a really beautiful angelfish and
those long needlefish.
And some turtles, and I did well. So then Jeff met me for lunch after that dive. Now, I am the air hog.
Oh, yes.
Evidently, I breathe a little too deeply because when they asked how much air we had left, so you make this sign for 1,000 bars, 1,000 bars, and this symbol for 50 bars. Well, I was at 50 before everybody else, so the dive master came over and handed me his octopus, which is his supplemental breathing device for if you have to save somebody. So he just drugged me around by my vest, and it was like having a little guided tour, so it wasn't horrible. We got back up out of the water, went in for lunch, rested, had a nice lunch at the tiki hut that we found the day before, and then at 1 o'clock I went back for my second dive. And this dive I met 3 lovely people, two ladies from Scotland and one gentleman from England. Now, one of the ladies from Scotland was married to the man from England, and the other husband didn't dive. Can you imagine having a husband that doesn't dive? I know.
If I'd known that, we could have gone to the tiki bar.
I know, we should have gotten him there. So now, all three of them were older than me, so
way
I
older.
was feeling good.
They're in their mid to late 70s.
Oh,
And they each have nearly 500 dives, and all the time they've been diving.
incredible! I really wanted to talk to them more, and we had kind of made plans to meet for dinner afterwards because I knew my husband here would love to talk to the Scottish ladies. But as we were diving, the current was something that I've never experienced before in all my 12 dives. It was just sweeping us away, and I was getting more and more tired. I was almost ready to signal to the guy that it's time. Let's go up. I've had enough. So we started going up. We did our safety stop for 3 minutes. Oh, and I ran out of air again. Not ran out, but supplemental octopus. Yes. We did see lots of turtles. We saw a nurse shark on the bottom, so that's what Jeff keeps doing. So for our friend Randy in D.C., this means shark, this means big shark. I haven't ever seen a big shark yet, so. But we got up to the surface, and we were just inside the reef, and the waves were crashing on the reef, and it was making it extremely rough seas. It was all I could do to maintain position. The First Lady approached the ladder. The ladder had a hinge on it so that it would move with the water. Supposing this is the boat where it's connected and this is the ladder. Well, if you go up, she stuck her finger in there.
Broke it.
Broke her finger. There was blood, a lot of blood. So she was the first one on. I think a friend was second and I was third. And it helped that I didn't have to think about the waves just tossing us around. It helped me from not getting sick. I tore that boat apart. We were trying to find a first aid kit. We did finally find it. We got some gauze around her, lots of antiseptic around her, got her wrapped up real good, got her off. And then I did hear later they did go to the hospital right away. Broken finger, and she had to have surgery the next morning. She's getting on a different cruise ship. They were getting on today.
She's getting on today, yes.
Might have been yesterday. But
she had to have surgery yesterday.
Oh, that's right. Yep, they were getting on today. She was not going to have to cancel her cruise, so I was very glad for that. I will say, when I made my approach, I grabbed the ladder the same way, and the dive master screamed at me, "No!" So I quick released, and oh my God, it was so close. I would have done the same thing. And
You need to learn about pinch points.
Sooner or later this will become more common. Commonplace for me, and yes, I'll have more. But I felt like I did pretty good. The other folks with their 500 plus dives, they said, you have 12 dives? You did really well, she said. So I was impressed with that. So after the dive, then we came home.
We want to do another day.
Oh.
I'm just thinking.
We could just finish this up.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is going to be a long one, folks. We're already at 13 minutes.
I guess they all are.
So Amy was really tired Thursday evening. She came back and took about a 2.5 hour nap on the couch and still managed to go to bed about 7:30 and sleep most of the night.
It wasn't that bad, but okay.
Well, no, that's right. We did cook our
salmon.
Yes.
We cooked our New Zealand salmon, which was among the best salmon I've ever had in my life.
It's quite tasty.
Very good. Yes. Yep. And then we got up the next morning. We went to town, and we found the Hinano shop of the Hinano beer, and Jeff got him a Hinano t-shirt. We got a couple other things that I got a swimsuit cover up and all kinds of, you got a lovely Hawaiian type shirt that you'll see soon, I'm sure.
To add to my collection of hundreds.
Exactly. We got a beautiful lunch with tuna is everywhere here.
Yes.
Tuna.
Tun. T-H-U-N. Tun.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yes. En français.
Yeah. So Jeff had 3 different ways. You had a poke bowl, you had with coconut milk, and
sashimis.
And sashimi, and it looked really good.
As they call it, sashimis.
It's plural.
Sashimis, yes. It was quite good and filling.
Mm-hmm. And then last of all, we got our first postcard, which is already in the mail, but here's a picture, and it is going to our friend Donna in Florida. Yay, Donna, for being the first person to respond on postcardtoday@gmail.com.
Yep.
And so we got it right in the mail, and we wanted to get it right off because we didn't know when we see a mailbox again. So took that picture. So that's all for today.
Yesterday.
Well, yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, tomorrow we're going to Tiahupu. We'll see if I'm saying that right. And we're going to watch some surfers. We have some new friends coming in that we're going to meet this evening.
I think we ought to mention that Tiahupu, where we're going to see some big waves, is the site of the surfing competition for the Paris Olympics this summer. So we'll get to see, hopefully, some big wave action tomorrow afternoon. That'll be fun.
I hope so.
We'll try to get some videos.
Yeah, we're packing a picnic lunch, complete with rosé and chicken and all kinds of yum, and fresh fruit. It's going to be yummy. So, all righty. So
all right.
We'll catch up with you then.
Yep. A bientôt.
A bientôt. Au revoir. Au revoir, mamie.